So what do we got? We got the, there's a beaver going by with a low pass, same beaver as mine, but it's not mine, it's somebody else's. Super decathlon here. I think he probably wins the prize for being the noisiest plane here, although the big Kingfisher runs him a close one. And a little, the skipper going by again, same skipper as mine. He's getting a lot of mileage out of that today. And that's a Saratoga, I think, the one up at the top there. Yeah, that's the Saratoga on floats up there. You can hardly see it, though it's a little bit high now. But that is a Saratoga on floats. There's the skipper. He's going to do... I thought he was just a low pass. I thought he was going to do another one of his touches. He's been doing various touches and goes. Super decathlon. A low pass. And the beaver. They're all doing slow passes in order. Actually, the beaver's landing, I guess. There he goes. And now, how's he going to taxi it? Yeah. It's a little hard to get it to turn sharply, I find. He's managing more or less, I guess, although it's the thing, it won't turn that sharply, especially unless you give it some throttle. Yeah, he's probably not going to be able to miss the boat there, is he? Oh, maybe he is. Maybe he'll get it past the boat. No, I think he's got to go around the other side of the boat to get it. That's the Saratoga there, with the checkers on the bottom of his wing, and here's the skipper. Skipping, there he goes, doing his skip. And the Super Decathlon's up there. Up that end. And there's the Saratoga coming in for a landing. Yeah. Oh no, not a landing, a touch and go, I tell a lie. He landed and took off again. That's Peter there with the Saratoga. Oh, the Phoenix, which his engine died again. He's going to try again, I guess. Yeah, I can hear the Saratoga. I've lost sight of it though. Oh, there it is overhead. There's the Super Decathlon. And the Phoenix is coming back here for another try, resurrected from the ashes once more. I mean, basically, I think he had some trim problems, and then his motor kept cutting out on him. I think both his previous two flights, the motor cut out on him. There's the Super Decathlon. Oh, he's landing or just making a touch and go. Yeah, I guess he's down. Now he's got good positive water rudder. See, he steers very well on the water. The little micro timber going again there, and that's a Seawind. There's a Seawind getting out of the way of the Decathlon for a minute. There's the Decathlon. Seawind can be a nice plane, but it can be a bit tricky to stop it going in circles sometimes. Because one wing or the other tends to dip in the water, and then it wants to go in circles. I'm not even sure. Well, I guess we're still going right to left, although it feels more like as if the wind's coming from the north at the moment. Maybe not. Maybe we're going left to right now. I don't know. No, he still seems to be going right to left. Oh, and the Phoenix is going back in the water. So we got the Seawind in the water, the Phoenix. Oh yeah, the Phoenix, and there you go. Where's the Seawind going? Those Seawinds are a bit of a devil to steer, they really are. Nice plane in its way, but whoa, they're just hard to, because one wing or the other tends to get stuck in the water, and then they want to turn all the time. Yeah, they're really hard to persuade to run straight. Whoa, really hard to persuade to run straight, the Seawind. It's notorious for that. It's a design flaw, really. It's just a problem. They just don't want to run straight. Sounds like someone playing the bongos. No, I think they're just doing something with a cooler. Saratoga's still up there. And what's that? There's the Phoenix again. He had a good takeoff last time, but his engine cut out. Oh, I think his engine cut out before he even took off this time. He's having real trouble with that motor. That engine keeps cutting out.
The wind's coming from the right now.
Yeah, it's coming from the north at the moment. It keeps changing.
Change around.
Oh, that's the little timber guy. It's hard to keep track of it when it's up there. It looks bigger. And the Saratoga's still up there. Oh, and he's still I shouldn't laugh really, but I mean, the antics of that Seawind can be a bit funny looking. It's just they won't run straight. That's the problem with them, because they're going to tilt one way or the other, and then they've got resistance. And there's the skipper going. Skippers go okay, but then both wings usually go in the water with the skipper, so it's not so much of a problem. See, that's typical Seawind behaviour. Yeah, wasp getting at me now. Typical Seawind behaviour. Just wants to go in a circle all the time. Ah, there you go. He got it going straight enough to take it off finally. Nearly ran into the skipper. The Kubota, and it's the landowner coming around in a Kubota now. What we got? So the Seawind's up now. The Saratoga is still up. There's the skipper and the little timber. And that's the Saratoga now coming in for a landing, is he? I don't know. And the Phoenix is drifting because its engine cut out again. I think he's trying to waggle the rudder to row it in. Yeah, there's the Saratoga coming in for a landing. Don't see Saratogas on floats all that often. And they're a rather big float set for it as well. It's on a big float set. Seems to work well though. There you go. So you've got his little pilot in. Hangar 9 Saratoga. He's busy rowing his Phoenix in by waggling the rudder. And there's the Seawind. Seawind flies okay once you get it in the air. It's just a pain to get it to go straight on the water. And that's a turkey buzzard, I think. That one over there. I'm pretty sure that's a turkey buzzard. There you go, recovered the Phoenix. It's pretty small plane, the Seawind. Flies quite nicely. I mean, it's not
anybody flying until they drop.
What? What was I going to say? Yeah, it's not an awful lot bigger than that micro timber, the Phoenix. The Seawind, it is a bit bigger, but it's not a massive amount bigger. It's less than 50% bigger, probably. The micro timber's what, 27 point something inches, and I imagine the Seawind's what, low 30s somewhere. It's I think it's a turkey buzzard. So we just got the timber and the Seawind now up, I guess. The micro timber. We got a couple of full-size timbers here today, 2, 3. Oh, and we've still got the skipper up there. Okay. There you go. The Seawind, it flies quite nice once you get in the water, in the air. It's just a devil to get it in the air. Off the water. It's a little micro timber floating down ever so gently. In fact, it's kind of hard to get it to come down when you got flaps on and you got flaps and you got slats and there's a little bit of wind. It's hard to get it to come down. It just wants to float virtually indefinitely. Anyway, he's turning it in okay. Skipper and the Seawind there. Now the picnickers have gone now, which is just as well. So they made me a bit nervous having them right on the edge of the water there.
That's okay. We did well. We took home about $1,200 for the stuff.
Roll from the Seawind. Another roll. And no, it's spin. No. Well, half a spin, sort of.
We did some patches. Almost every ticket that we bought won.
He's on his own now, pretty much.
I don't know, for some reason mine looked bigger than they're both the same size.
Landing, yes, he's landing the Seawind now. Now he's got to persuade it to taxi in. Devil of a thing to taxi those are. Because one wing or the other keeps hitting the water and then it just wants to go in circles. It's really hard to make them go straight. They're annoying. It's a bit of a design flaw, really. He's just about getting it to go now, but it's trying to get it to go where you want on the water. It's really hard work with those things. That's their big problem. Nice once it's in the air. It works fine in the air. There you go, the Seawind. He's Phoenix up again and get it going properly. He's been having trouble with the motor cutting out. He was saying his exhaust, his muffler connection cracked, and then he was having trouble joining it up and getting it tuned properly again, but he's going to try and get it up again. Seawind's going out again. Oh, fairly straight for once the Seawind actually took off. We've got a skipper up there, and I believe he's trying to get the big Kingfisher up again. I'm not sure which direction we're even going in now. There isn't much wind. This is yet another camera for the different camera. This is the, I don't know what you call it, the Sport 1080 camera. The Sport 1080 camera from, I think I put it from Tomtop here, bestseller as well. They don't have the world's best reputation, but oh, and he's got his Tundra going again. That's the one. I guess he's. I think he just knocked the floats off that. I guess he's. No, the Phoenix is still not working. Spun up and stopped again. He crashed that Tundra once. He had trouble with the battery and put it down in the water and broke the floats off. But I guess he's repaired it again already. Because it's off, it goes again. This is the HobbyKing Tundra. Nice plane. Oh yeah, there's the big Kingfisher going in the water. There's the Tundra. Massive motor he's got on that Kingfisher. Pulling it off the mud there. And I don't know which direction we're going in even now. The Phoenix is dead in the water. He's doing that thing where he waggles the rudder to try and sort of bring it in by creating a little air current with the rudder. Had to do that before as well, because he's still got electrical control of it. It's his motor's just died. Okay. Tundra, that's the Seawind. I thought, no, that's a different Seawind then, because the other Seawind belonged to the same gentleman who was flying the Tundra now. That's a different Seawind. It's basically the same plane, but not the same one. That was Mac flying it before. That one seems to fly in a straight line better than Max for whatever reason. Yeah, see, now he's trying to spin up the... It's a bit tricky to get it spinning up without churning water, where once he gets it up a bit on the floats, then he can throttle it up more. But at first, he's chewing the water with a prop at first till he gets it up onto the float. Till he rides it up onto the float. Oh, it's getting really warm now, and the wind, if there's no wind, it's just a Saratoga sitting down here on the edge.
3 burgers left. Be hungry?
Oh.
We'll probably win them.
Where are we? Skipper. There's the skipper. Not quite skipping in this case. Seawind. Tundra. Everybody coming across with low passes. And here's the big Kingfisher coming across for a low pass. That's a big plane.
Good luck with the calendar.
HobbyKing skipper. Seawind. No, is he landing that? Yes, I guess he is. Yeah, for some reason this one seems to taxi an awful lot better than the other one. I don't know why. Got a better water rudder or something, because it seems to be doing a much better job of managing to taxi without getting stuck turning in circles.
That's if you want the hot.
There's the big Kingfisher behind. And the Tundra. There's the big Kingfisher. We got a full-size timber on its stand upside down. North Star, Beaver, there's the skipper going across, and he's still working, trying to get that Phoenix going. Well, he gets it going, but then it keeps cutting out again. Bit of a knife edge there with the Tundra. Quite a bit of a knife edge, actually. Very capable plane generally, the Tundra. Got a fairly powerful motor in that one, I think. That's the Phoenix revving up again. Inverted there with the Tundra. So inverted to knife edge, back to inverted. And there he is, back the right way up again. You're not gonna see that sort of thing from the big Kingfisher because he doesn't have a reinforced wing, so he can't really do aerobatics with that. There's the skipper coming in for a very nice landing, better than I ever managed with a skipper. I always seem to end up with skips on my landings with a skipper. He does steer on the water quite well, the skipper, I'll give him that, even mine does that. There's the Kingfisher. There's the Phoenix. I gotta say, I'm wiped now. I've been here for like 4 hours or more, and I'm really getting exhausted, and it's hot now as well. I guess there's the Tundra coming in for a landing. And I guess that taxis pretty well on the water, very well really. Has he got water rudders on that, or is he just taxiing with his regular? I think he's just taxiing with his regular rudder. Sometimes you're better off without water rudders really. Big Kingfisher, oh no, I thought he was landing, but I guess he's just making a pass. Landing! Little timber landing. Whoops, getting his wing in the water, but it taxis not too badly though. I wouldn't want to be trying to taxi it on the water in a lot of wind, but so long as there's not much wind it taxis in the water okay. Oh no, he's given up again on the Phoenix. I guess his motor cut out on him again. Just can't seem to keep the motor running on that thing. I'm looking to see where the Kingfisher is. It's right over there. Cutting right down there. Is he coming in for a landing? I don't know. Yeah, I think he probably is. Seems to be cutting his power right down here. Yep, well, a little rocky, but he's okay. And here he comes in with that.